Hello, traveler. Today you will learn how to transform your game into a more visually appealing world that you can explore and re-experience your favorite game with up-to-date visuals. For me, it is very important to enhance the vanilla experience and stay lore-friendly to what the developers intended. However, I do have creative freedom to add a couple of things just to satisfy my personal taste. Skyrim can look barren sometimes, and I always loved big dense forest, especially red forest. So I have taken inspiration from this to transform my game in such a way that resembles that. I think it's important that different territories have their own magic and differences to make it visually appealing to the eye. With that being said, I will proceed to list the mods I'm using to get this look. Happy little logs will help us remove a few non-desired details from logs, which will enhance the looks and also improve performance. Make sure to download both the main file and the optional Aspen logs pruned. Now, like I said before, I really enjoyed dense and lush forests, so I added the Great Forest of Whiterun Hold to transform the barren land around Whiterun into a great forest that we can get lost in and explore. This can drastically change the feel of the game. This mod is optional for people who want to keep things more vanilla, but it is highly recommended. Now we will be updating the looks of our trees from the vanilla look to a more distinguished look that will compete with the most recent games. This will drastically change how our game feels and looks. I tried to go for a feel that would fit a fantasy world while keeping it realistic to some extent. And as you can see, this already makes Riverwood look like a completely different place while staying lore-friendly and keeping fidelity. You will start by first installing happy little trees like any other mod, and then proceed scale them to 1.9. The scale process is super easy. Happy Little Trees comes with an additional plugin that is called Tree Scale ESM. You will need SS Edit to scale the trees. I will guide you through the process. Open up the tool SS Edit and deselect any other plugin besides the Tree Scale ESM. The tool will load the plugin and all dependent plugins. Then select treesize.sm and open the context menu via right-click. Select Apply Script. Select the script Scale Tree References from the drop-down menu. Then you will change this number for 1.9 multiplier in F-scale. Click OK and close the application. SEdit will save the plugin during its shutdown, and you can choose if you want to create a backup of the ESM. That's it. Now you have your scaled trees, which will look much taller and denser. We will now overwrite Happy Little Trees with Nature of the Wild Lands. This will give us the best result I have found for the look I'm going for. Now all the trees, including the ones from Nature of the Wildlands, will be bigger and taller thanks to the scalation process we followed before. The combination of the two mods give us a more diverse look in all areas, which really makes it a blast to explore. Now, let's rework the small plants and bushes. Better Ferns is a great quality fern mod that is also very good on performance. I highly recommend it. Draco's 3D Plants and Shrub Replacer is my favorite shrub replacer of them all. It is super high quality, and in my opinion really makes everything come together. However, with that being said, it also is very impactful on performance, so for me to be able to use it while receiving only a small performance hit, I optimized it with Cathedral Optimizer. It's a one-click solution and very easy to do. The next mod we will use to transform the land of Skyrim is Northern Roads. Northern Roads changes the blocky roads full of stones in Skyrim into a more realistic dirt path created by people walking by. And I also personally prefer the look. There are a couple of texture replacers for it, so choose the one you like the most. Next, we will move to the flowers and other small plants. Since they are a couple of individual mod replacer, I will leave the links below. I recommend you grab these replacers. They are superb quality, and I have a lot of detail which will help complement the rest of our setup. While these are not plants, I recommend you install Skyrim 3D Rocks and Rapid Rocks mod. They are superb quality photorealistic rocks using photogrammetry. And finally, I will move to the grass and lighting setup I'm using. But before that, I would like to use this moment to say thanks to all my community for the continued and strong support. We now have a Patreon for the supporters of the channel. With that being said, it is absolutely not necessary because even with our private projects we will not pay wall anything. However, our supporters will have access to some benefits like more customized technical support with their game, have early access to private mods, or request content ideas that will be considered. Now moving on, I spent quite a lot of time trying grass mods, and I was not 100% convinced by none of them. I was sure I had to do something about it, and I ended up mixing a couple of textures I loved to get the result I wanted. Since this is not an official mod, I'm currently hosting it on my private Discord. You can grab it there for free. I'm combining this grass edit with Origin of the Forest 3D grass to make it denser in some areas, but this is of course up to personal taste. I'm also using 2 patches, one to reduce the size of the Origin of the Forest grass, since it can become overwhelming after a while, making it playable while also keeping the wild and unkept look it gives. The second patch I use to combine both my grass edit and Origin of the Forest and make sure they work together without issue. Now, the last thing. If you are interested in making your game look up to date, then the lighting you use is very important. I tried many ENB, and while there were some that are really good, I have my own personal taste and I'm a little perfectionist sometimes. I took matters into my own hands and I edited a couple of ENB, spending countless hours getting the desired look. The final result is hosted in my private Discord too, and you can grab it there for free. I hope you enjoy this video and proves useful to you.